Hello everyone, I am Nayab Ramzan from Ravensbourne University, London. I am the project manager of Project Affordable Renewable Energy Solutions for Improving Rural Access. This video reflection will consider the use of managing project resources principle to my project management approach. So let's dive into the whole project management resources. So let's introduce or overview of my project. Basically, it is a proposal which is presented to introduce affordable renewable energy solutions for improving the rural areas of Pakistan. For this purpose, this project intends to develop and implement decentralized off-grid solutions of renewable energy such as solar, wind, micro hydropower system so that sustainable access to electricity can provide to the remote rural communities in Pakistan, because in the cities the condition is might be good, but in the rural area the condition is very bad. So let's discuss why I choose this topic or project. So let's discuss the background of this. According to the report of World Bank 2022, Pakistan is on a high growth of trajectory of carbon emission resulted to the usage of fossil fuels. However, it has also become a huge source of worsening air pollution within the country and a chronic fiscal stress. The report of World Bank 2020 highlight that Pakistan has the potential to generate wind and solar power. In this regard, the World Bank report highlighted that after utilizing only 0.071% of area in the country is enough to generate the power that can meet the current demand of Pakistan through solar voltaic cells. Therefore, in Pakistan, an access to reliability electricity have become a critical challenge, particularly in the remote rural communities. So it's very important to highlight this issue, and that's why I choose this project to implement. So let's discuss further about how I manage these resources, how I'm gonna manage these resources. So firstly, discuss about the key factors that is implying MPR to project management. Firstly, I successfully identify and allocate resources to my project, because successful identification and allocation of resources is an essential factor of project management to make any project successful. The second factor that I consider is the budget management, because to make any project successful, budget management is very important. For every project, there's one allocated budget. You have to make all projects in that designated budget. So that's the key factor that I considered. The third factor is the MPR principle, management of project resources principle, so that proactive risk assessment mitigation approaches I considered. Third, MPR principle that I have analyzed or choose for the project forecasting and scenario planning. Because we have to make scenarios, 3 scenarios, like reasonable, pessimistic, optimistic, to make that the budget that the project is good in the future or not. So that's the key factor that I employed. Now discuss about the project stages. Every project is completed in different stages. So first discuss about the initiation. In initiation phases, so firstly, I have done the feasibility analysis. The feasibility analysis is doing to check is this project is feasible in that area or not, or the budget is allocated for this project is feasible or not. About the operational forecasting, I have done in the feasibility analysis. The second, I choose bottom-up approach for the initial budget, in which I choose fixed cost, variable cost, indirect cost. So let's discuss about the bottom-up approach that I had choose. Now you see in the table, I choose the labor, the capital, and land. The labor, because it's a huge infrastructure project in which I need project managers, skill engineers, field workers, data collection. I have to choose the data collection for the solar panel, hydropower, and turbines. So I just collect the data from the Indeed and all what the cost of this in the previous Pakistan projects. So skill engineers, I required only one in the initial phase to just give us the information about how it's going to be happen in the future. So per day price is 8204. After doing the bottom up approach analysis, the total cost that I make is 1403778 in Pakistani rupees. So this is the bottom up approach in which I do the quantity, the price per day or day per month, monthly cost calculated, weekly cost calculated, and after that I calculated the whole budget for the initial phase, for the estimation of that project is going to in which direction. After that, in the initiation budget, in you see in the table, the labor I choose is that the fixed cost I choose is the skill engineers, which are 3, the project manager, which are 2, electrical engineer 2, civil engineer 1, and technician 1. The prices or the salary rate of they are mentioned in that. So after that, I need for the storing of my like resources in one building. I choose the rent one building. Then technology I use solar water photovoltaic system. I need turbines. I need hydrovoltaic system. So then for the management of all the resources, I need one admin department, and the indirect labor cost I calculate 5 in the initiation budgeting. So the total, so you can see how I do the initiation budgeting. Now let's move forward to the planning phase. In the planning phase, firstly, I done WBS structure, work breakdown structure. In work breakdown structure, I considered 4 phases. The first one is the initiation phase, planning phase, execution phase, and closure. In the initiation phase, scope of the project, task allocation, defining aim, objective, allocating time frame, resource allocation is done. Planning phase, deliverable, scheduling, and so when I develop this work breakdown structure, I just see that this project is like how after in the closure session, how the frame time I need to implement the whole project in rural access of Pakistan. Now I discuss about the execution stage. In the execution stage, the pessimistic and optimistic scenarios along with the normal initiation phase enhance the probability of effective execution. During the phase of execution, the project team effectively implemented the activities planned. Similarly, the construction activities undertaken by civil engineers will involve the establishment of power distribution networks and other important infrastructure. Initiative of community engagement will also be undertaken so that the local resident can be involved in the project. They will be educated regarding the use of renewable energy throughout the stage of execution. Close coordination among the team members will be ensured. Effective communication with the stakeholders along with the adherence to time and standards of quality. In the closure stage, in this phase, the conclusion of the project activities will be formalized and its outcome will be assessed. In this phase, a comprehensive evaluation will be observed to measure the success of project against the predefined objectives and performance metrics. This stage will also involve acknowledging and celebrating the achievement of project. In this way, the effective accomplishment of project activities will be ensured corresponding to the main aim of the project. So now discuss about the project resources and tasks that I have choose or analyze in the. So as I discussed with you earlier about the project manager. So the project manager, the quantity is 2, electrical engineers 2, civil engineers is 1, technician is 1. The monthly salary from the different sources I calculated is like this. Then I converted into the days per month, like how many days they are working, and per day salary is also calculated. And also the capital cost is also calculated, the solar panel, wind turbine, micro hydro system, and also the building rental building value cost is also calculated, and indirect cost is also calculated. These are the project resource and tasks that I made for the project. Now discuss utilization of tools and techniques. I use earned value analysis. EVA spotted the comparison of a plan to implementation of the project cost and schedule so that the reactive approach to discover deviation, giving way to timely and active actions that will address them if possible. As a result of measuring project performance using PV, AC, and EV, I gained the knowledge on efficiency of a project as well as cost and schedule performance. The risk assessment I use in this project Considering the uncertainties in the project implementation, I made a complete risk assessment that identified, analyzed, and managed threats to project success, regulatory environment risk, and then to come up with a specific mitigation strategies to minimize their effect. The risk assessment tool helped in prioritizing risk allocation of resource appropriately. I compare different scenario, pessimistic scenario and optimistic scenario. In pessimistic scenario, we just consider the worst case scenario. In optimistic scenario, we consider the positive outcomes that can be made. So now analyze this. In the reasonable scenario, you just see the budgeted spend is one that I have make is 125 and 000, but the actual spend is 127 150, which is more than the budgeted spend. So it's mean the project is over budget. Now, when we consider the optimistic scenario, like when we cost deduction do and different scenario optimistic, the risk element will be reduced. So the budgeted spend is 125 000 and the actual spend is 12900. So you can see if we make optimistic approach, then the value will be decreased and the project will be under budget. But when we consider the pessimistic scenario, you see the actual spend is 134 700 while the budgeted spend is 124 000. So means in pessimistic scenario in which any uncertainty can be happen, the risk can be more. So in pessimistic scenario, you can see the our project is over budgeted. So significance of considering multiple scenario. Why I consider multiple scenarios? When an investment project is exposed to a risk, is required to consider multiple scenario for risk assessment. That will also help project stakeholders to attempt and prepare for the multiple task. Through an analysis of various scenarios, project team can see potential risk and thus develop mitigation strategies to take informed decision to optimize project outcomes, so that our project will be under budget, in the budget, or our project will be run smoothly and it will be cost us more revenue generated. So that's why we consider different scenarios. So this is my MPR approach that I have used in the project management. So thank you very much for watching my video, and it will be a good project to be, inshallah, in the future.